Well, good afternoon. I'm going to keep this very short because, as Rick said, we're past 1:10, and you will be expecting to eat and drink and communicate with one another, I hope. I'm here to talk about the RSA very quickly. The RSA is a network, and I'm also going to talk about the RSA Innovation Fund, which complements some of these other initiatives you've heard about this morning. I'm Peter Robinson. I'm the chairman of the East Midlands region of the RSA. More about that later. But what I'd like to do immediately is to ask you where you came from. How many people are from Nottingham? Okay, for those who can't see, it's about half. How many from Derby? Good, we have a sprinkling of Derby folk. And where do the rest of you come from? Leicester? Any Leicester? Yes, we have some Leicester. I'm sorry, I missed that one?
From Portsmouth.
From Portsmouth,
yeah,
right. That's stretching the East Midlands to its limits, I'd say. But welcome. Welcome to the East Midlands.
Thank you very much.
Can I also ask, of the people here, who are RSA fellows? Well, there's about probably between a third and a half. And I would like to ask you just to stand up so that the rest of you can see. Okay? Now, all of these gentlemen and ladies are available over lunch to tell you, who aren't RSA fellows, about the RSA. That's quite important, because I won't be able to tell you very much more about it than Jean has in the few minutes I have left. The RSA is a network. It's about enriching society through ideas and through actions. And today, of course, we're focusing on the actions. Like Debbie, we depend on each other. And there are about 27,000 fellows worldwide. You could treat it as a majority, of course, are in England and the British Isles. But we are dedicated to enriching society. We are socially orientated. But a little bit more than that, we do want to do more than talk. We want to encourage action. And that's what it has been doing for 260 years. And William Shipley, who is in the subtitle of today's event, and was a founder member. He did this by gathering people together, as Rick has told you, in coffee shops. He came from Kent, he came from Maidstone, principally in London. And he had money left to him, and he encouraged actions that were going to improve the human condition by giving premiums, money. He encouraged people who might not otherwise do very useful things to do them by providing them with the means to do it. And that essential principle remains today. The RSA has survived by reinventing itself over this 260 years. And the latest iteration of this encouragement to do things, you've heard from Rick about catalyst funding and about crowdfunding. The RSA does both of these things to encourage action. The third thing it does is we have locally in the region, there's 1,000 of us here in the East Midlands, we have a thing called Innovation Fund. Now, what is the Innovation Fund? With catalyst funding, you can, as a fellow, get up to £2,500 by applying in a particular kind of way for support. And you've heard of one good example of that from Rick. It was catalyst funding that got Rick on the road about 18 months ago. Here in the East Midlands, by the way, he was talking about Nottingham. And we also have Kickstarter, and he was spectacularly successful in that as well. What the Innovation Fund does is to give locally up to £1,000 for good ideas. And the first example of this Innovation Fund, it's a very recent incarnation, is this project we're hearing about today. What will William Shipley do? That received support from the East Midlands RSA, but it also received another kind of funding which the RSA has, called the Regions and Nations Fund. And this combination of the Regions and Nations and the Innovation Fund has allowed this kind of event to take place today. And I hope that these initiatives can be supported in many other ways across the East Midlands by this kind of support. So, in summary, what we have is the RSA is a network. It's a network of well-connected people who are dedicated to making things happen, to enriching society with ideas and making them happen, the action. There's 1,000 of us in the East Midlands. We are here to help. We are a network, just like Debbie's connection of hands, the wonderful slide she showed earlier on. We are here to help you make things happen. Making it happen, by the way, is what is the subject of our conference, which will take place on the 12th of July in Derby. And I hope that many of you will feel able to come. It's open, by the way, to non-fellows as well as fellows. More of that later. And, of course, we offer support, very real support, to make very real things happen that can make our lives better. I'm here to answer questions if you want any, to ask any. Thank you.